Constantinople, the queen of cities, capital of the Byzantine Empire. For 1,000 years it had defended Christendom against the Muslim juggernaut. But the city had begun to go into decay. Because of its invasion in 1204 during the Fourth Crusade by Latin knights, its wealth had all but disappeared. Its population had dwindled to a mere 50,000. The 57th emperor of the Byzantines, Constantine XI, now faced the greatest threat his empire had ever faced. In the spring of 1453, Mehmet II led 80,000 crack Ottoman troops against a mere 8,000 Christians. The gates were locked, the cannons were loaded, and the Battle of Constantinople was about to begin. Ottoman cannons pounded the walls of the great city, and Muslim troops poured against the walls. But thanks to the cunning Gianos Gistani and the leadership of Constantine XI, the walls held despite the odds. Mehmet II's generals suggested that the walls were too concentrated for Mehmet's vast numerical superiority to make the difference. Mehmet then thought of the genius idea of transporting the Ottoman fleet from the Sea of Marmara over into the harbor of Constantinople. They planned to use logs across a small hill into the harbor. They would roll the ships into the harbor, and there they would be able to threaten all sides of the city. The debate raged for hours between Constantine's captains and the Church of St. Mary. Then, the Captain Cocteau thought of the genius plan of at night slipping in and burning the Ottoman fleet. Constantine agreed, and the plan was assembled. That night of April 28th, Giacomo Cocteau launched his attack with some of his best ships. But he broke from formation, being the brave man he was, and was shot to pieces by Ottoman cannons. The most holy of these objects was that of the Hydrotrage, a painting of St. Mary. During sieges of Constantinople, the priest would carry the painting down the walls, blessing the walls as they passed. This was to protect the soldiers who were defending it. When they decided to parade it during the Ottoman siege, they dropped it and could not pick it up. This was a great omen and sign that the city was doomed. Another omen that faced the city was on April 26th. A strange mist descended from the town. Priests and theologians interpreted this as God leading the city. This disheartened the Christian troops, and at the worst time, the Ottomans were planning a full-out assault against the Lycus River Valley, the weakest point of the Christian walls. The Christians had fortified the area with 2,000 of its best, including Constantine XI and Gistani. The Muslims planned to divide their force into irregulars first, followed by Janissaries. They hoped they could strike the Christians so fast they would be unable to regroup.
We shall have Constantinople on the evening, and my Lord Mehmet II shall eat in the palace of the Byzantines. Walhalla!
was Constantinople, now it's Istanbul. Now Constantinople, been a long time gone. Constantinople, now it's Turkish delight on a moonlit night. Every gal in Constantinople lives in Istanbul. Now Constantinople, so if you a date in Constantinople, she'll be waiting in Istanbul. Even the old New York was once New Amsterdam. Why they changed it, I can't say. Just liked it better that way. So take me back to Constantinople. No, you can't go back to Constantinople. Been a long time gone. Constantinople, why did Constantinople get the works? That's nobody's business but the Turks. Istanbul, Istanbul. Istanbul, even the old New York was once New Amsterdam. Why they changed it, I can't say. You just liked it better that way. Istanbul was Constantinople, now it's Istanbul. Constantinople, been a long time gone. Constantinople, why did Constantinople get the works? That's nobody's business but the Turks. So take me back to Constantinople. No, you can't go back to Constantinople. Been a long time gone. Constantinople, why did Constantinople get the works? That's nobody's business but the Turks. Istanbul.
For the city! For the city! Defend the city!
Die! Go! Let's go on against these barbarians!
Ottoman troops poured within the walls of the city. The Christians were trampled under their footsteps and could not hold the sea or land walls. The holy objects and holy places in the city were trampled by the Muslims, and the holy objects were stolen and broken down. When they saw that the city was not filled with wealth, they turned against the peoples, raping and pillaging all in their path. Mehmet II entered the city, saw its destruction, and stopped the looting. The remaining Christians fled to the Hagia Sophia or to ships in the Golden Horn, so that they might escape the destruction. Constantinople, now Istanbul, was the new capital of the Ottoman Empire. Wealth once again filled the streets, and the city was filled with people from all over the lands. Trade goods poured through the markets, and the city became a multicultural jewel of the East. Constantinople was saved through its destruction. This was the triumph and tragedy of the fall of Constantinople.